car has had a squeaky belt for a while. I think 2 years ago I took it to the shop to have the serpentine belt replaced because I just thought it was an old belt. It looked fine, but I have never replaced it. And at that point, I think I had the car for 7 years. So I was like, okay, maybe I need the belt replaced. Had the belt replaced. I didn't stop the squeaking, so that wasn't the issue. Belt looks fine. Everything looks fine. But what I think the issue is my valve gasket is leaking, which is getting a little bit of oil on it, causing it to squeak, especially during like the first 10 minutes of riding or driving, and then after that oil has a chance to burn off or whatever, then it doesn't really squeak that much. So I'm thinking that's the issue. Now I've done a valve gasket before. It's not an incredibly difficult job, so hopefully I won't run into any issues today. I feel really lucky to be able to work on this. It is January 6th and the sun is shining. It's like 55 degrees, maybe not quite that warm, but about 50. It's very nice. And no rain. I was picturing having to pull our big tent and just kind of put it over the car and do it that way, but we're good to go. Over the years I've done various repairs on this car, and like always halfway through I'm like, I kind of wish I would have filmed this, even though it's not that interesting. And I kind of went through the same process today. Should I film it? It's not that interesting. I guess I will, just in case. So I think this is going to be a lot of just a time lapse of the tear down and rebuild. Don't want to be touching the camera with greasy hands. Alright, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Also very happy to have strong mechanic gloves to work on this. I stopped chewing my fingernails like almost a year ago, and when you work on cars, so much junk gets stuck underneath them when you have fingernails. So, yeah, it's gonna be nice. Those are missing bolts. Where those went? That's weird.
Oh, I remember my birthday. What a time that we had. We were singing songs on the radio. Papa got a brand new bed. And I remember my birthday as it floated on a string. I got a letter from Ma and a kiss from Papa, and I gave you a wedding ring. Oh, I remember.
This valve cover is a real asshole to get off because there's so many things that you can't really pull fully out of the way. Which makes it more of an issue getting on, because you got to get it on like straight and nice, and that's tough. Okay. Whew. That might have been where it's leaking right there, and I do think it was leaking from this side. It was like a piece of old gasket. Yeah, because of how violent you have to be to get this off, it's like I can't really tell if everything was in place as it should have been. There's the old one, which is not the original one. So I'm going to go through and clean this up the best I can, and then clean up this side the best I can. Add some silicone on each of these sides with the new seal, and get it back on. Cleaning the seam around on this side too. It's so tough to get your hands back in this section. I'm trying to not knock any sort of dirt or debris into this. Ouch. So I'm going to go in and remove these gaskets here to replace those. I don't see any sign that they're leaking, but you know, might as well. Ooh. They are stuck on there. Ugh. It sucks. Wonder what the best way.
And just shimmy it under, and it should pop right out like that.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's a little more of a hard rubber on the outside than I expected. I thought part of this was part of the metal. Good. That I got came with looks like 2 different options for valve gaskets, and it doesn't describe what is what. So, let's hope they're different enough. Looks the same. Alright, second one. Yeah, the second one's different. Cool. Good. I was hoping that would be an easy difference, and it's not, you know, 1 millimeter here. I don't know, but cool. Okay, that looks good. Now the long bolts that go in, they have this metal piece and a rubber piece, and although these also didn't seem like they're leaking, I want to replace those. And oh sweet, this came with the metal pieces. I've seen before where it only comes with the rubber, so you need to remove the rubber from the metal. We'll zoom in and show you. So the thing moves on there, metal piece, rubber piece, and I have the full new ones. So I'm going to take these and just try to a little bit of dish soap to hopefully push this on. Let's try. Not going on at all. So I've had a little bit of trouble. I had to remove this air box here because there's this little tiny, shoot, what is it called? It's like the head gasket seal covering it. It looks like it could have been leaking there, so I got a replacement. And to get to that, you need to remove the EGR, and I'm just getting that, but kind of in the zone of not worrying about the camera too much and just trying to get this out. Not sure how to get that, because the top looks stripped, and I don't think I put enough pressure to strip it already. Okay, 12. Whew, had the camera off for 5 minutes. Finally broke this nut without stripping it any further. Alright. There's that valve. I don't know what that valve does. I mentioned earlier that it was January 6th, and it's really great with the weather, but also that means the sun doesn't last very long. So I don't know what time it is, but it looks like less than 45 minutes of decent sun, and then I'm at the pull out a light. So. But I am nearing the end, as long as I don't run into any issues. Just a little bit of leaking, not bad. And plop that bad boy right back in. Hopefully. It's in, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a hammer tap. Same on this side. It's going to give it a little bit of wiping. I think we're in the shot. I turned the camera off for a while and talk to this car like my grandpa would talk to a car. Finally got this little tiny nut. It fell underneath the starter in a way that was like only sometimes visible, and I don't want to use metal near the starter. I'm not sure exactly what contacts might shock me, if even will, but so I'm using wood and a piece of plastic. Finally got it. That was pretty frustrating. So now I'm back putting the EGR back on, and I'm going to be a little more careful this time. See if we can get it going. Okay. It's starting to fight the sun. It has just another few minutes before it goes behind a house and turns into shadow here. There we go. Feeling better now. So shaky. I need to eat. I need to finish this.
You got some good time in the sun today.
Yeah. Get this another wipe, and there's some silicone right there. Good. Listen to me. Take the head. Take some of the lace. I need you to hold this back as far as you can, and then we're going to push this forward. So I think we're going to switch spots. This is the most scary spot because it's like this has to go on straight, but there's no easy way to get it to go straight down because there's so much on the way.
So hold us back.
Yep.
Forward.
Alright, see how it's like. Maybe not put a hand here.
Right here.
Ooh. Maybe. Sorry. Pull but not. You're feeling like you're gonna break something. Camera cut off, so I don't know how much struggle you saw us going through, but these little things I put on backwards, and that's why. So flip them around, carefully as I could to not break anything. I think it went all right. And getting those back in there. Yeah, it just wasn't making sense why it wasn't seating correctly. Okay, I'm gonna go get Haley again. Cut off immediately. Alright, I think it's done. I just need to put it back together.
Do you need me?
I don't think so. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, quick time lapse to finish this up because I don't need to mess around with cameras anymore.
Candles and make the joy come out. So many people hope their dreams come true. Oh, so many sequels if you don't refuse. So when it comes to your birthday, I'll be waiting for you here. Oh, I'll give you a hug with some words of my love and a case of ice cold beer. And a case of ice cold beer.